We're about to get started. We had a big crowd last night. Had a little unfortunate event with the tent and the weather. I think we're good to go today. The pigs look good. There's a good set of pigs in both barns. We're going to get started here in about 5 minutes if you're tuned in online. For those of you here, give us about 5 minutes. We'll start running pigs. We'll start with our set first, and then we'll run the consignor pigs. Thanks for coming.
We're almost ready. Welcome to the big top. The show must go on. I've been banned from the
All right, we're about ready to get rolling. They're getting them cleaned off. Thank you guys for coming. We're going to do a short preview here on KV. We were supposed to do it last night. Like I said, weather got a little hairy. Looks to be a good day. We're thankful for the rain. We're glad you're here. So we'll start off with night Showpigs. I think we got 44 or 5. You can look at your sheet. If you didn't find a sheet, you can find it on our Facebook with the sale order. On that sale order, we'll have a first, second, and third round. I don't know. It's probably not listed on there right now. It should be fixed tonight. But when we turn over to our pigs, that's when the second and third round start. This first pin of pigs, just to jump right in, would be tag 3. Hold on. Tag 3, 52, and 82. Tag 3, he would be a far and wide. the one Camlin's on there. Far and Wide, Icon, No Moss 151. That pig comes out of the gate and he commands your attention in terms of stoutness and body shape, arm. Still comes in a square package that the proportions are right. Those Icon No Moss 151 sows here have been really, really good. Mason's there is on tag 82. That pig would be a forever. Wide Awake 2020. Be the mother of Nightlife there at Evans. A pig that kind of honestly was in the wrong pen for a long, long time. We moved him 3 or 4 days ago. He kind of skinnied up. Those pigs will get tremendously stout. They feed. Grandma's Wild Rides mom. We'll see 4 of these 21-litter pigs. Grandma raised the Wild Ride boar at Crossroads, the Reserve Dark at San Antone for Kai Blunt. She's the grandma of the Champion Other at San Antone in 24, Reserve D1 Gilt. And then the mom of these pigs, like I said, just raised a $150,000 Nightlife boar, the Culture Shock son we sold to 66. The little guy there that Cam's on would be tag 52. He's actually a Far and Wide on Rolling Stone's mother, the Hero sow. So Far and Wide, Hero there, the Rolling Stone boar, the leadoff from our farm sale last year that Laird's bought. I think a neat trio. I think you'll see throughout the preview. I think we got some pigs that are stout. They command your attention, and I honestly believe and truly mean that the set of pigs in the back are going to feed better than anything ever has out of here. We've put a big emphasis on keeping and culling and keeping the best ones around that are still good built, that have the extras.
You look at these, this first trio that Cameron and Tad and Scott and the crew here runs out, and this is my first time seeing any of them. I didn't kick through anything in the back last night, but it's interesting to me as a program like Night Showpigs continues to go on. They continue the years I get to keep coming back and seeing them. You can find the kind that they like when you just watch them come out of the gate and the shape to their skull and their upper blade and their arm and just their feature and their body shape. It's easy to see the kinds that they've won with a long time, even back to when Cameron and the kids were showing, but this is that kind. And then for me, just as a breeder, I think a lot of the times about just the boars that go out and what those sows and families look like behind. And what I hear, at least Cameron talking about this set, is you hear a lot of those boar names, you see the banners on the wall. For me, it's fun to sit down and visually appraise baby pigs, but when you hear what their mamas have done, what those big pigs look like behind them, you can certainly see that in the feature of these first 3. So really, really fun way to get started here as we get kicked off this morning.
We'll jump right in here to the second pen. We got 2 blue males and then a little belted chromed up pig. Their tag numbers would be lot 12, which is the blue pig there in the center of the ring that Cam's on right here. And then we'll have tag, what tag is he, Mason? 50. We'll have tag 50. Those are 22-litter pigs. They'd be a mate to our opener pig last weekend that brings 12,000. There would be Rolling Stone, Heavy Hitter, Wedding Blues, so they share the same grandma as 8 Seconds. There's a pig up in the Midwest that Strika got from us this time, the Dryer Crew's got. Been on a tremendous run. Young sow, second litter. We like the 22s and that blue deal. I think Denver and beyond, I think Denver, Fort Worth, you might could stretch a couple of them there on into San Antonio or Angelo for the light cross division. I think these pigs are really high quality. I don't think they have to show in a light cross division. That tag 12 fires me up. He looks just like the Dryer pig this summer that's showing, maybe even with just a little more look ahead of his blade. Those pigs will get stout. Body shape will be right. A young sow we're proud of. That's tag 12 and tag 50. Rolling Stone, Heavy Hitter, Wedding Blues. The little belted pig there that Alex is on is tag 13. So his great-grandma is the grandma of the Blues. His pedigree is always the Trogdon boar at Laird's. He's an always picture-perfect, my intention Wedding Blues. So the Gilt Chum and Lacey bought the established a couple years back. This is a mate sister to her. Bonert's had this Gilt. We like the 24-litter pigs. That's tag 13. I think a really awesome pen. Tight sow lines, tight bred stuff here. Again, tag 12. 13, and 50.
Talk about blue ones and you know what you can think of blues, and just the ones that come to my mind. You know, the Grand at Denver not long ago was very similar in color to a pair of these, and just as far as that deep dark blue color. And Camlin had the champion blue there at San Antonio there last time. That tag 12, if he's not, if you're in and acceptable to feeding a blue one, if that one's not on your list, he probably ought to be, because you'll travel a lot of miles to find one that's not only that striking just on a color pattern, but with that blue blanketed one that's that kind of heavy-duty feature just in terms of his skull and his arm and his bone and his rear leg. You can travel a lot of miles if you want to show a blue one and find one. You'll be hard-pressed to find one stouter than that one. Like Cameron said, a sow behind both of those that they've got a lot of faith in. Not to take away from his brother, I think just a little greener today. And then a little belted one here. I really like that pig. And you talk about his mother there, tying back to the same lineage as these other two out here. One of the smaller ones we've seen of these first two sets. But again, that pig's, I think, set size-wise to feed and a very large showing window. If you want to go to Fort Worth or you want to hold on to San Antonio into February, I think that pig can do a lot of different things. So nice trio here. Again, that tag 12 should be high on anybody's list, I think.
Jump in here to the next pin. These two would be lots 8 and 48. 8's the one Cam's on. I think a picture of a pig that got everyone a little riled up there on Facebook. Took an awesome picture, but as you can see in person, he has the same attributes on the move. That pig's skull and arm. Let me go back here. He's a naughty 8 seconds. Doug Smith and crew would have showed this sow. She come from Wellman. That pig's feature and front arm and head shape is absolutely unrivaled to anything we're going to offer today. A really, really neat pig. I think needs the right home. Maybe might even need to see maybe a boar pig there. Might need to. He's got the far-reaching pieces, if you will, to make the right kind. I think pig that we like a whole lot. Naughty 8 seconds. Tag 8. Tag 48 right here is the one Alex is on. That pig. That pig would be a relentless icon. No Moss 151. They're 20-liter pigs. I think that pig right there looks like he would feed absolutely awesome. Again, tag 8 and 48.
Different sizes and different kinds here. The first one that just catches my attention, as Cameron alluded to, is this tag 8 that Camlin has. And again, size appropriate for lots of things that you'd want to do. Certainly he's got the wild, kind of far-reaching pieces if you want to consider keeping something like that intact. Again, I'll talk about skull and arm and blade a lot, I'm sure, as I continue to. But that pig comes at you with a great big chest and a big square knee, and his front foot is absolutely huge. Like I say, far-reaching, very unique pieces there. Not wanting to cooperate the best. If you haven't got a good look at him, kick him out in the back. But that's a very unique pig. The other one out here again, bigger, one that's set there for those earlier shows in January, I think. But very neat pair, different options. That little one's got very wild pieces.
All right, we'll drop in the next 3 in this pin. There's tags 85, 86, and 87, I believe. There's 2 20-liter pigs in here. Mason there is on tag 86, I believe. Is that right? Tag 86. That's another Relentless Icon, No Moss 151. Cam's on 87. That's a Forever Icon, No Moss 151. Littermate Sal's. We'll see several of the 36 litters. That's actually probably my least favorite pig in the litter. And we'll see some awesome pigs in this litter. He's a mate to our leadoff pig today. And then the black pig there is tag 85. That'd be a litter mate to the Naughty pig we just looked at. Naughty, 8 seconds. I think pigs that look like they'll feed, litter mates are incredible. So don't ignore these. You'll see their brothers. I think they'll fire you up.
Again, just seeing these for the first time, and just to note, I didn't think about that on the last one. I remember sitting at Fort Worth and talking with Cameron about this Naughty boar at Warriors, and he was excited and fired up. And so here's another one of those that you can see in that black one. These two belted ones that are bigger, again, I think those are pigs that are at the right size that you can kind of see and evaluate them for what they are. They're out of their cute little baby pig stage, but still ready enough where you can kind of really get a genuine, good, honest read. I think see the kinds that you like. Those two both just look like good feeding, easy feeding kind of ones that you can take and do a lot of things with. Their skeleton's comfortable, their backs are big. They just look like pigs that'll be very easy to feed, easy to keep and take and kind of position them where you'd like to going into the spring. Always a good thing here as we get into the first part of August in the fall and buying season. So kind of study them how you like them, and I think that's a nice pair.
The skinny pig that Cam's on there would be tag 40, I believe. 79, sorry. That's tag 79. He'd be an always picture perfect, My Intention Wedding Blues. That pig's been a little loose all week. I encourage you. The only reason he's kind of tagged down in the order, I just can't just quite get him well yet. He's fine. He eats. He's not just on his deathbed. But that pig's pretty neat. He's got a great big fat hind leg that moves. And today it doesn't even look as big as it normally does. Still loose. I like that pig. Mason's on tag 40 there. Tag 40 would be a Forever, all out, next play, never before, Rule 21. The Canal sow we bought, that'd be a 3/4 sib, I think, to the Grand Bear there at Fort Worth that Caden Mason showed, and then Weston Lackey's Grand Bear there at San Antonio. That sow is starting to generate. You'll see some other pigs, some unrivaleds that tie back into that sow line. That tag 40 hits me pretty hard just coming out of the gate. I think Denver, Fort Worth, and then honestly, I think you can stretch that thing. He's got quite a bit of stuff to him. And then we land on the spotted male pig. Here is lot 7. That's my favorite spot that we're going to offer today. He's a spot the ball, pocket change. Mom's a litter mate there to Riggin Pearson's champion at Houston in 25. That's a wild-looking pig. He's still kind of green, and he's still coming, but his feet and legs are right. His neck's wild. He's got hair and bone. Dig into that lot 7. I think you'll find him there. He needs a good home for Denver or Fort Worth, in my opinion. I think that pig can win in the right home.
Get into this next set, and again, that tag 40 that Mason's, it's the first one that just kind of grabs me, and then you hear the pedigree again behind there. I listen a lot for that again because we can visually appraise what's in the ring, but then think of the sows and what the capabilities are there genetically, and to hear Caden's Bear there that won Fort Worth was one of our favorite ones that the kids have shown, and then I think that was Grant Lackey there that won San Antonio with that pig, not Weston, but again, that's another one of those special ones of the Kanoth crew there that they've raised that have won with, and that pig has a lot of those same type of features just in terms of bone, hard shape, a quality look. The spotted one, first one there, again, this early looking for all kinds of stuff from breed pigs. This crew has been as successful in this breed as anybody, and I was waiting to hear if that one was pure or not when he come out because, again, that's a very, very neat animal. So if you're looking for Denver Perry, any of that, and then obviously there's no hesitation there if you want to go on into into February. I think that is a very, very neat critter for that breed from a spotted division. We don't show a lot of those, but we like to try to gather ones up like that if we get a chance. So neat set here again.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, obviously, all the spots in here are papered. They're all purebred spots, and then every spot is how to spot the ball. Drop a pair of them out next. It'd be tag 54 and 81. Cam's on 81. Alex is on this 54 here. These would be 26 litters. It'd be one-way, wide awake, 2020s. It's all the good stuff. Mom's a mate sister to the mom of nightlife. Grandma's wild rides mom. We can go on and on and on, but if there's been a pig that's won a banner in the crossbred division from us, there's a 75% chance that pig was out of this sow line. It's the best stuff we found, and that works. And these pigs feed and they get better. I promise you guys, you take some of these pigs out of this wide awake 2020 deal, anything that goes back to the 2020 sows, they're just incredible. We're going to offer 2 gilts that are mates to these pigs. We're taking a litter mate to Littner's farm sale next weekend to these one-way pigs, 26 litters. We like this 26 litter a great deal. Fired up, tags 54 and 81. I'll let Josh tell you about them.
You talk about litters, and I said I haven't got to see any of these male pigs yet, and this is my first time putting eyes on them as well, but I got to kick through the gilts there yesterday with Cameron and figuring out what's coming to Montgomery for the Southwest Elite this week, and this is a very deep litter. Seeing the gilts on that side and then seeing these two so far, again, you talk about good pigs that feed out of good litters that are depth, and again, that same feature and just build and kind that you would expect from this crew here in shallow water. These pigs represent that body shape, arm, blade. This tag 81 that Cameron's got, that's a big tail root. That pig looks like he's going to continue to mature, bulky and stout. And we talk about the wild, unique ones, but sometimes you just need the good feed and solid ones that'll be easy to manage. I think both of these, again, fit that criteria really well. Round body, just easy flesh, and look like pigs that'll feed and be fun projects to have on feed there.
Little side note there on tag 54, he's got a little swelling, a tiny amount of swelling there in his left hock. I think a non-issue. We're going to offer him as is. We've doctored on him. It's gone down just a nickel. I think a non-issue, like I say, going forward. Just want you guys to be aware of that on that tag 54, the half-belted pig. Next up, we'll drop in tags 14, 43, and 78. Mason will be on tag 14 here. That pig would be an unrivaled 8 seconds. He'd be an unrivaled 8 seconds back on the canal cell, so next play, never before, roll 21. They're 34 litters. We'll look at a bunch of them. To be completely honest on this pig, he's been loose all week. He's naturally just better looking than that. He's got some swelling on both sides of his neck. We had to doctor him for 3 or 4 days. I think he's cleared up now. Obviously, looks better. Still got a little swelling in his neck. It should be a non-issue there. And then the next one we have in this pen is tag 43, be the one Alex is on. That pig would be a leadoff heavy hitter, hero. So his mom's a mate sister to the Waldron gilt. Grandma's the mama Rolling Stone. To be honest, this pig likes to eat. His belly's huge, but his cage is big as well. He's sound. He's stout. His rear leg's big. This pig's just too full all the time. We don't have enough pens in the back. So if you're paying attention to the sale, I like this tag 43. The leadoffs from us have been on a tear up north in the Midwest this summer. We like those pigs. We like that sow line. That's tag 43. And then tag 78 would be the one Cam's on. Be another 34-liter pig. Honestly, a pig I think was my favorite 34-liter in the nursery. He just got set back. Just a nickel in here. Got to fighting. We got his skin cleared up now. That pig can stretch a long ways if you want. We like the 34 liters. Again, 14, 43, and 78.
Another neat set, and we kind of stepped down maybe in size in a couple of these from some of the ones we've seen so far, and especially I'll just start with the one that's the latest in the sale that Camlin has. I don't know why he's that far down, but that is a very, very neat pig in my opinion. Again, just his shortness of body, his squareness, and then a skeleton and flexibility of that, still a neat look. Again, I'd say disregard sale order in this guy's opinion as far as that tag 78, because he's probably one of my favorite ones I've seen come through. I think that's a neat pig. Again, we can talk about the same things of the other one. Talk about the one that Mason has that's been a little under the weather this week and still fighting a little swelling from having to treat him, and still a little loose there. But again, you still get a good read on that pig's just natural body shape, his natural feature. I think that's, again, another one that represents this brand of this place really, really well. And then I like Cameron's just point of this one's full, and he's still, I think he handles it fine. It looks good. Obviously, you'll get him home and get things a little more proportional off of a self-feeder. But again, that's a neat pig that's a good variant and size-wise that can fit a whole lot of different options depending on if you want to show him in January or February as you're getting in and getting your ducks in a row. So neat trio there. Sure, note those the way you like them.
Drop in a duo here that we'll start to get pretty excited on this side of the barn. On some of them will be tags 4 and 42. Alex will be on this tag 4. He'd be a forever icon, No Moss 151. This sow would have had McNabb's second place behind Pew's Reserve Grand at Fort Worth last year, a pig we thought the world of. I think the world of Lot 4. He's one of my favorite pigs in the sale. He's incredible in his build. He's sound. He's stout. His body shape is tremendous. Those are the kind I like to feed. Those are the kind that win around here. And then probably just a little freakier option, one that I think wouldn't be surprised if he made a Mart show, is tag 42. His arm is giant. He's got a lot of hair. His toes are fat. And to be honest, he's stretched a lot in the last week off either end of his skeleton. Just a quick note on him, the one Camlin's on there. We did cut a small extra dew claw off of him, off of his left front there a few weeks ago. I just wanted to be you guys to be aware of that. We like the 36s. We're going to lead off with the 36. We like this pair of pigs.
Yeah, this one that Alex has, if you were at King's last time and saw that $250,000 boar that this one's out of and forever there from Trogdon's, this one has that same type of maturity and presence just in terms of his natural looseness of his spine and head carriage, the looseness and flexibility of his hind leg. You can certainly see that boar stamped into that pig, and I assume we'll see the rest of the litter as they come in those 36s, but that's a very, very neat animal. And then you hear about the bottom side that makes one that gets right there in the mix at Fort Worth, gives you all the trust and faith from the south side, and you can hear Cameron's excitement in his voice of what his hopes are for that pig and that litter. And the one that Camlin has, again, very, very stout, very dense. I like that pig's length of body, really, really good. Still uses his hind leg appropriately as you get him out here. One that's naturally one of the darker complected ones, whether that matters to you or not. I always think those pigs that are darker hided naturally feed really stout or stouter and denser as you go. So that's, again, two of the better bears or male pigs that have come through the ring, in my opinion. I really like that one that Alex has in that 36 litter.
We'll jump in here. Two other litter mates, tag 46 and 51. The tag 46, I think, is the one that Camlin's on there. Oh, 51, sorry. Got them backwards. Black Hog's tag 46. Camlin's on 51. Again, 36 litter pigs. I think there's 6 of them in the sale. We're going to lead off with one. Got a couple up in there, a few in the second round, some in the third round. We like these forevers. We like the 36 litter again. We'll see 6 of them.
So we just talked about that last one. I think both of these probably read even just a little more moderate and a little more ready even than the one that we just kicked out and we talked about. I'll talk about the black one again. That's a moderate, boxy, chunky one that looks like an ideal San Antone size and build and kind to me. I think when we get to San Antone, it's going to be a lot of fun just to sit down because I know the kind that those guys like and set back and are going to be looking for. And that one's got those kind of extremities. I think that'll be fun to see. Camlin's got that thin belted one. I think of the pair out here, he's more like tag 4 that we've already talked about, just in his maturity pattern and just his natural just looseness of his shoulder and the length of his hip. Again, we've made the comment about that forever boar and how impressive he was little and big, and again, just that natural presence. Presence is really something that's kind of hard to pin down and measure, but that pig's another one that just his looseness up high and his looseness down low is really, really good. Again, obviously, it's shaping up to be a very nice litter in these 36s.
Drop in another pair of them here. There'd be tag 6 and tag 10. Tag 6 is the one Alex is on. Tag 10 is the one Camlin's on. To be honest, I probably have them a little flopped here. This tag 6 would be an unrivaled 8 seconds. Next play, never before, roll 21 again. Another 34 litter pig. That's a really, really good litter. She had like 10 or 11 males, I think. There's a bunch in here in the back. And then Cam there is on tag 10. That pig would be a forever, wide awake, 2020. His mom's the mother of Nightlife there at 66 that we just sold. To be honest, these pigs are a little green early. If you're sitting ringside, these 21s, you got to dig in a little bit. They don't look like the high rent baby pigs. They don't look bad either. I'm just telling you guys, you're going to double or triple your money on these hogs with how they look throughout the feeding process. They'll get stout. That's our best sow, in my opinion, the mother, the 21s. You have to put a little trust in those things.
Okay, this tag 10 is certainly one that kind of commands your attention, and just of everything that's come through, this one's probably my speed as much as any of them, just in his neck set and his neck attachment, his cleanness there in terms of his throat. And what's neat to me about a pig that's that immature and that cool up front is then again you come back and he's bulky in terms of his arm and his blade and his chest. He's comfortable in how he goes. He's got a hard shape up high even for a little baby pig, and I really, really like that. When Cameron says these are a little greener than maybe some, I read that one's maturity pattern just as absolutely perfect in my opinion. That's a very, very nice pig in that 21-5 that Camlin's got in tag 10. Another one out here again is another one that's basic and fundamental, heavy duty, the kind that you see from these guys with a big arm and a stout skull. And again, I think size-wise to fit almost anything you'd like to do with him from January on, I think, in my opinion, and a pig that looks like you could sit on him if you need to, you could push him if you need to. Nice pair there, but I like that tag 10 very, very much in my opinion.
Look at another one here. Another pair of them here would be tags 15 and 83. Tag 15 is a mate to lot 10, forever on Nightlife's mother. All the good stuff tied back in there. Their mom is my favorite sow to look at again. I can't keep talking about her. I'm infatuated with what these hogs I think are going to do. And like I say, I think they're going to feed. They're going to get stout. They're going to get dense-haired. Not that they're not stout already. But you just got to put a little trust in those things. They'll be in the mix, I think, down the road in the ride home. And then tag 83, he'd be another 36-litter male pig. I said we had 6 of them. I think we have 7 of them. Again, forever, icon, no moss 151.
Cam's got a 21 and Alex got a 36, and Cameron's talked about that. But if you've been sitting here or watching online, I don't know. I haven't kept count like he said of how many of those have come through. But what's unique to me about again having faith in pigs that feed, not just evaluating them one day, one afternoon, or one evening at a time. When you can see the whole litter continue to come and look very similar to one another, there's differences, but you can tell they're related. You can tell the kinds they are. That gives you such more faith, in my opinion, as a feeder and a buyer of what you're buying into and what you've got. And I think these, like I say, kick them out in the back, restudy them how you want compared to their litter mates and what you're wanting to do. But you see so many similarities, just a feature and comfort. I think that one that Camlin has, again, that just flexibility that you can see out of his sire and upper spine and genuine length of hip and length of rear step in that pig is so good. I think that's a very, very neat animal in my opinion.
All right, the next two in would be some spots, I think. It's tag 11. He'd be a spot the ball on a full sib. So spot the ball, tag 11 here that Camlin's on. Spot the ball, speak up, times change. Mom's a full sib to Braden Moore's champion at San Antonio. There in 24. Brandon Ogle had told me after the show that was the best purebred barra he'd ever judged. So we're tying in some good stuff. To be completely frank and honest with you guys, we didn't have any spots last year. We kind of went down a rabbit hole on some crossbred stuff. I've seen it work. We fed some pigs out of that deal, and it was tremendous. The color wasn't good on our stuff. We got a lot of good spots this time, and we're pumped up about them. Again, that's tag 11, and the other one Alex is on there would be another spot, different litter. He's a mate to tag 7. He's a spot the ball on a litter mate to the champion at Houston in 25. That's tag 41.
Again, we don't deal with this breed in Montgomery at all, but this is another pair that come out, and you just talk about papered spots and the shows that they can go to and what they are, and I think these, again, are right in that window that you can carry on in January to Denver or Perry or one of those earlier shows that need papers or still continue on into Fort Worth or even San Antonio. Just with the moderation that they have and their genuine width and body shape, I think they're pigs that can feed however you'd like to take them. I think for spots, again, these are comfortable just in terms of their kind. Their maturity pattern reads nice just in terms of where you can expect them to continue to get better and kind of peak out where you want to. A little different to these, I think Cameron's is obviously one that's, or Camlin's is that's a little smaller just in his size and probably a little shorter in terms of his body. I could see that pig, again, being really, really versatile. If you want to go on in January or take him all the way into something like San Antonio, I think that's a neat pair of pigs. Alex has got a very burly one there in tag 41. You talk about upper blade and just genuine stoutness. Neat pair of spots. If you're looking for those, I think a large window in that pair.
Drop in another pair of spots here would be tags 49 and 80. They'd be mates to the lot 10 pig we just looked at. Spot the ball on a full sib to Braden Moore's. That speak up times change sow. That Santon Barra. Again, same deal, 49 and 80. Just a quick side note, I think it's tag 80. He's got a little blowed up ear. That swelling should go down. I'm not going to tell you his ear will ever look perfect, but I will tell you I don't think it'll look bad when it goes completely down and heals up there on that tag 80.
Continuing the spot train here, and again, notice that they're papered, and certainly I think we're August 1st, so anywhere you'd like to go in January, I still say is more than appropriate. But you're really just looking at visually these. I think it makes me think Fort Worth, San Antonio, San Angelo, that time frame just from a size and steer standpoint. Again, pigs that are boxy, comfortable, and if you search high and low for the spotted breed, you know that's not the easiest thing to find. And so another pair of them here. here. I think, again, from a firm that's been committed to making this breed good and having fun with it. So nice pair there in that other pair of spots.
Drop in the next pin. We'll jump back into the crossbred thing. The pig Alex is on. It'll be a lot 5. We're fixing jump into these 17s. I guess they're both 17 litters. This maybe be my favorite litter in the back. We're going to jump into them. They'd be forever, 8 seconds, tricked out 2020s. Alex is on lot 5 here in the black. Cam there would be on tag 39. We're going to lead off the second round male pigs with him after the 2 gilt sale. I think tremendous litter of pigs. We're pumped up about them. They look like the good feeding kind that still have the cute necks and the extras. I think there's some size discrepancies. We can hit a wide variety of shows with these 17s. That 39, I think, for the guy there sorting Denver, maybe a pig that just checks all the boxes. It looks like an Arnie kind of pig to me. And then this lot 5, I think you can stretch on down the road. He might be just tricked out enough for the guys sorting there in San Antonio.
First of these 2 17s are the 17 litter that we've seen, and again, I'll just reiterate, this is my first time seeing them. And the one Cam has, like Cameron said, that's a bigger one. Looks like he's got some grow and could go if you're looking for something in January. I think that 39 or early February in Fort Worth, Denver, and through that range, I think that's a very good target for a pig like that, in my opinion. This littler one out here kind of set me back in my chair as he comes out. He's kind of got the fuzz and the shag when you talk about those kind of things, but he's just kind of got that presence and look and feature that makes you draw down and say, I wonder what he looks like coming and going, and you can study that and see. And that is a very, very neat animal, in my opinion. When they're that stout and broad about their skull, but then that tidy and neat in terms of their jawline, got a big tail, a big hairy hind leg. That is a very unique animal in Tag 5. It's certainly one I'll have to go back and kick out in the back and study again, but that is a very, very neat pig, in my opinion.
Drop in a trio here would be 76, 78. 76, 77, and 78. Camlin would be on, oh my gosh, I butchered that. 76, 77, and 88. The little chrome pig there would be a full sib to 8 seconds. It'd be a 32-litter pig. Didn't have many in that litter. Sal's getting older. We bred her back to buckle up. Honestly, a pig that's gotten a lot better here in the last 2 weeks. He continues to come with stoutness. The 8 seconds thing is continuing to pop up. I think this pig could really feed. He'll be the last pig we sell tonight. And then Alex there is on tag 78. This pig, don't overlook him. I know he looks skinny and long. 76. 76, 21 litter. So he'd be a mate to like lot 10. That's a forever, wide awake, 2020. This pig was really loose for a long time. We got him cleared up now. Don't look too far into how skinny he is. He definitely get wolfy enough there throughout the feeding process. And then the one Cam's on now would be tag 77. Is that right? He'd be another 17 litter. Just a little bit different one. To be honest, I think that pig is awesome. He's still my least favorite 17. That's how good the litter is. I think a pig, though, that's awesome about his head shape. His hip's big. He's sound. He's square. He's got a big forearm. I like this trio. I like this pin. I like the next 3 pins we're going to run out.
Again, you can make a lot of the similar type of comments here on these, and these come out. And then again, you see another 17 litter in that off-belted one that Camlin had, and depth of litter. Cameron says he's his least favorite. We hadn't seen them all yet, but that's a neat pig just in terms of having that type of skull shape and then still just comfortability. And then in the other pair here, the pin mates out here with him again. 2 of the smaller ones, just in terms of length of body and kind. I think those are ideal February size buying ones. So study which ones you like and go from there.
we're gonna drop out maybe my two favorite, well, minus tag 5. There's a trio of these 17 litter hogs. Alex is on tag 2. I'd be lying to you if I was feeding barrows that I didn't say this was my favorite pig in the sale. That's the kind I like to feed. Again, forever, 8 seconds, tricked out 2020. This pig has hit me like a ton of bricks from the time he's in the nursery. I sent some videos out. He's got a fat, bendy hind leg and a cute head tied that ties high into his blade. His rib cage is absolutely incredible. He was just a nickel loose this morning. He's fine. His rib cage is normally even bulkier than that. I love that lot 2 pig. His mate brother's no slouch here that Cam's on. That's tag 9. Again, another 17. A pig that his head may be even stouter than his brother's that's in the ring with him. His arm is absolutely giant. His feature's big. The mother, this 17s, is going to be heard from, I think, here. Ties back all into the best stuff, and that tricked out 2020 full sib to my favorite barrel we've ever raised, the Reserve Dark at Santone in 23, shown by Kai Blunt.
See another pair of these 17s, and I'll just say on these, if that's a something that if you like to go back through and compare, I would go study all of this litter and figure out which one you fits your program, fits what you're looking for, fits your budget, fits your timeline, and get after it, because that seems like an extremely high quality litter. What's unique about them is again, they've got the unique far-reaching pieces and then still put it in a fundamental type package for the most part. And so that's hard to find when you can go and look for, we're all trying to find the next one that can win, but then still that you can set back on and say these are safe enough to go and do it. I think this is another pair that matches up with the rest of their mates we've seen so far. That tag 2, again, just his maturity pattern and genuine kind reads like one that's good now, but going to be a better big pig even than he is a little pig. And so when you come and see those kind come through, it certainly kind of gets you excited as to what he could man up and turn into. Size-wise, for me, who knows? We'll see, but I could see that one being a primo footwork type of a deal on into the rest of February. You make the call and see what you want to do.
Drop in. The next pair out of this pens would be tagged 45 and 53. Camlin there and the striped shirts on tag 45. That'd be a 26-litter male pig, a pig that has really just grown on me here in the last couple weeks. That litter's tremendous. Like I say, that's a mate to the 2 gilts we're going to lead off with. Mate to mom's a mate to the mom of nightlife. All the good stuff there in those 26s. It's tag 45. And then 53 is another litter mate, wide awake 2020 sow. Mother of Kai Blunt's pig from Houston last year. That was 3rd. A pig we honestly thought was pretty neat there. Had some far-reaching pieces. This pig's a buckle up out of her. That's tag 53. Again, another one I think we talked earlier. His neck's just a little puffy too. He's doctored on this week. I think he's good to go now. Got poked there with a little batral tile and exceed throughout the week. We got him cleared up, just a little swollen. Should be a non-issue. Tag 45 and 53. Next up will be lots 1 and 16. Just a quick note for you guys, if you'll notice, they're all in tag order. There's one pig that we made tag 100. I'm sorry, Luke. He'll be the first consigner to sell is like lot 17, 17A, I guess, right before Cud will be Luke. The one Cam's on would be our lot 1 pig. I think that we had slated there for the opener. He got a little off on us, so we decided not to take him. He's 100 in terms of health, I'll tell you that. Just got a little loose there before the opener. He's come back. Pig, a 36-litter forever. Icon, no moss, 151. I think just offers a little bit of extra pieces, but he's still just a little bit skinny there as he comes and goes. But a pig, I love his head shape. I love his arm. His feet are big and his legs are hairy. Body shape's right in terms of that. A pig we're awfully proud of is lot 1, 36-4. And then Alex is on lot 16. He'd be an unrivaled 8 seconds. Next play back on that Canal Sal. Probably the wildest looking 34-liter unrivaled is this lot 16.
It's neat as you sit back and you talk about another 36 and another 34, and we've talked about 21s and 17s, and it's fun when you can sit back and go through the barn and see, I've said it over and over, all of these mates and full litters of pigs that look the way they do, and you can kind of match them up. This it's never a small task to figure out what you're going to start with at a farm sale or even a consignment sale, but especially when you're putting together the numbers that Cameron and Tad and Scott are in this offering tonight. You take careful consideration of what you want to lead off with, because it says a lot about what you think about your pigs and those behind them, and anybody would not be able to argue that this crew, this is the kind that they like. Again, we've talked about it a few different times, that skull and ear shape, that arm and blade shape, and Cameron talks about body shape on every pin that comes through, and you can see it all laid in and represented in this pig. Out of it, again, in a day where we've got 6-figure pigs and even 7-figure ones now, you can go back and see the banners on the wall of pigs that they've sold for lots of money. This, again, obviously is one they believe in. They want to get things started off right tonight. I think that's a neat pig to be tag 1.
Drop in the last trio of male pigs before we drop the 2 gilts in. Is tags 44, 47, and 84. Tag 44 there that Alex is on. It would be another one of those 34 litters. That's 34-8. Another unrivaled. There's a bunch of those pigs. They're all very, very similar in type and kind. Camlin would be on lot 47. This pig would be a mate to the lot 6 pig, or 8 pig, I think, the naughty pig. Yep, he's a 16 litter there that Camlin's on. And this tag 47, naughty 8 seconds. Like what Josh alluded to earlier, when naughty came out of the pens there at Moyer this time, I think guys were thinking they were going to swing big. I think that boar is going to win some stuff on the right stuff. I like that pig there in lot 47. Then the one over there, or the one Alex has here, is another 20 liter. He'd be tag 84, Relentless Icon, No Moss 151. We're going to drop in a pair of females. To be honest with you guys, we've never sold gilts at our farm sale. We don't like selling gilts, but at times we're going to offer kinds like this. The buying public needs to be able to tie into some of our best stuff, and when they look like this, and this pair of litter mate 26-liter gilts, I'd be hard-pressed if I was a guy that liked to buy the right kind for no matter what. And just lay in there and get in some of our best stuff and stuff that looks like this. I'll tell you, to buy into these two, they're 2 of my favorite pigs that are breathing on our farm right now. Again, One Way, Wide Awake, 2020, Grandma's Wild Rides mom, Mother of the Reserve Dark at Santone, all the good pigs, the crossbreds that we've won with. Mom's a mate sister to the Nightlife. The Calico Gilt will lead off the second round. Is tag 37, and then the her littermate sister's the black one. I cut her tag out. She's lot 38. If you're cutting around the pens in the back, if you want to see these gilts out, get with me. They're over here in another barn. Man, a pair of pigs I'm proud of. I hope you guys like them. I'm excited to see where they land, and just a pair of pigs that I'm infatuated with in these 26-litter gilts.
Well, I made the comment earlier that I hadn't seen any of the male pigs, but me and Cameron kicked through the gilts there yesterday and looking for gilts to come to Montgomery next week. And the first gilt that we looked at was this solid black one, and I got all excited, and then he said, "Hey, I've decided I'm going to sell this one tonight or at our farm sale and offer it." And I will tell you, being around here just a little bit in the last year or two, and then seeing the pigs that these guys show. I've made the comments of the kind that they like. These two represent that really well. If you want to tie in to a night Showpigs female for a sow, if you want to tie into a gilt to show and have fun with, if you don't have, and you want to have her from shallow water, Texas, if this black one doesn't suit your kind and your needs, you don't like the same kind that these guys like, and that's okay. But that is one very, very special animal. Now, I'm not taking away from the calico because I think she is extremely good. But when that black one stood up yesterday, when she comes out here today, I thought she was one of those special ones that most guys won't offer and won't kick out. These guys decided to. That's a neat critter. If you want to show her, if you want to breed on her, if you want to tie into something that's proven to work around here, you can study these 26s and have a whole lot of fun doing it. As we get into the consigner side, while Cameron's scrolling through his sheets that I told him to print off yesterday, and he didn't. This first one that comes in is from Cud Farms and tag 717. Is that right? Yeah, he sells right in front of me tonight. So, again, Brad and his crew there have done an amazing job. It's no surprise to anybody around that they haul with us, and we do a lot of business together, and they've bought a lot of sows and females and gilts from us. And I got to see this pig a couple of weeks ago there. When we come through, and he told me that he was setting him out to come here, and anybody can see the pig and see what he is, but you can know just based on results from last year. Brad brought a pig over here that was a stud monkey that I thought was really, really good. He sold well, he gotten a good home there, and ended up getting a banner there to Texas Major in the reserve Hamp at Angelo. So he takes it serious when he comes out to any live sale, and I think you can see that here in this tag 17. The south side here actually it goes back to in a long way back to Montgomery, but she's a trick daddy, a young sow there. That this is her second litter, if I'm thinking about it right, and in her first litter there in the off season, she had a stud monkey litter that was very, very good when we saw him little. Laird's bought one of those out of their online sale, and he now stands at PBG there called Full Tank. And I haven't got to see that boar mature, but I saw him little and I loved him, and I get text all the time of how good that pig looks big. And so this one's out of the same sow as that Full Tank boar there. It's at PBG and then mainline on the top side. So a pig that's from a firm that is quickly rising to a large part of the winner's circle, and a pig that's got profitability there on the top and the bottom side, and you can see what he is visually. But nice pig there in tag 17 from Cud Farms.
Josh gets to talk all the Brockman genetics. Cud, I like your pig. I like his half sib at Laird's. He'll probably see some sows here. Good pig in that lot 17. We'll drop out the Crane Showpigs consignments, the 2 Chester male pigs. They'd be blue collar, white lies. Just a side note for you guys, these are classifying Chester male pigs. So if you're online tuning in, obviously I think looking at this pair, I think perfect fit for San Antonio, in my opinion. These pigs are awesome. Again, blue collar, white lies, crane. Mother was a PT purchase from Foot. If you dig back into that Foot stuff, he's kind of got some of that Chester deal rolling, and then Hagen and them with the boar at 4-5. Hagen and Kelby there. That stuff's been hitting. Okay, if you guys aren't paying attention, all this stuff's hitting. They're winning at the highest levels. Those three guys have tied in kind of together on some of that stuff. She's a litter mate to Throwing Hands and Flight Risk. Foot sold full mates to these two last fall for $20,000 at PT, and another one was the reserve champion Chester at Austin, I believe, for the Stork crew there. Again, litter mates, tags 19 and 57. Cam's on tag 57, and that one's on tag 19. Alex is on tag 19 here. Awesome pair of down-eared, crossbred, classifying Chester male pigs from Crane. Side note, Steve just told me, I think Foot, maybe they had the mom's full sib was champion at California Youth Expo yesterday. Yeah, bred identical to these right here, littermate sows. So a little guesswork taken out of it. Man, they look awesome. Steve, Christy, thank you guys for coming. Tags 19 and 57.
I'll just say this on the Chester thing. If per capita, you will not go to another sale this fall with as many Chesters and as many Chesters that tie back to as many winners as these set in that building right over there do. And this is the first two you'll get to see. You can set in. But if you're looking for a Chester to show in the springtime, then if you're online and you're not here, I would get in the truck and get headed this way.
Okay, we're going to drop in Troy Cole and Cole Farms. Oh, we got a pig out there, Canal. We didn't forget him this year. He's here. Canal's here. We didn't forget his pig. All right, sorry, Troy. This is Cole Farms. We got a classifying crossbred spot appearing pig, and this tag 21 color checks out. This pig's a spot the ball, tricked 4 wham. He said some of the best matings happen on accident. I'm sure one of the spot sows didn't come in or something, and maybe a good thing, because looking at this tag 21, he's as hairy and whacked out as anything you'll see. I think on his Facebook, he said no dye job needed. I'd agree. I think that one's good to go in terms of that. I think the ears will be fine there going forward. Leave them tagged up. But an awesome pig in this tag 21. And then we drop in the little blue pig. He'd be a naughty pace car French kiss. If you study that program, that French kiss sow there at Troy's place is his best sow. All the blue pigs that have won, the Austin pigs, I'm sure there's a pile of other winners. This pig, I'll let Brockman talk in more in detail. That's tag 59, the blue-eyed pig, and tag 21, the spot appearing male pig.
Well, it's neat when you see somebody like Troy come through and just on a run of success and continuing growth and building, and you can see the things that he puts out, and a new chip barn this time, and how many litters he had, and I'll be honest, I didn't realize that he had put that many sows together. But then you step out and you see the pigs that he brings out each weekend as we go through this selling season, and I think he started off here very, very neat. That spotted one, I had no idea that he was crossbred on the bottom side until just now. We got him out there early this morning and got to study him, and again, just bends and basics and just comfort and squareness. The spotted thing and the hill country especially has been neat for me to kind of sit somewhat ringside and watch, and I think this one fits in just to the type and kind of some of those we've seen that have won and been successful. Blue-eyed one, really neat, and some people say, man, I love that color. Some people say they don't. I personally am a big fan when they come out and they're blue-eyed and white-bodied, and again, that for any color, but especially for one run out of that division. Has big toes and a big toe spread. His ankles are big. He looks like a pig that's going to mature with big bones and have big mature bone. Blue divisions are fun to compete in and get after, and I think that one will get right in the mix with the best of them. Perfect size, in my opinion, as we get in August 1st today to take that one into that San Antonio or San Angelo blue deal very, very easily.
We're going to drop in Canal Showpigs. Kyle, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure. I really enjoy talking to you. I mean that. Smart hog guys, won more than anybody, I think, in the last 4 or 5 years. Him and Brockman, I guess. There's probably some others. But these guys can get on a tear. He got on a tear. And I think we study this tag 20 and 59. The tag 20 that Camlin's on is his lead off. That'd be a take the lead the way. Very lined up pedigree that's built to feed true. Take the lead as a lead the way grandson. And then we bred him back to the lead the way daughter. So very line bred stuff. If you talk to Kyle, you'll hear intensely line bred 100 times. He's a wizard. This tag 20 gets me fired up in terms of his length of body. And we talked about body shape. No issues there. That pig's round, barrel ribbed. Short body, and you study him going away. His hind legs maybe as big as anything and bendy as anything in the entire offering. That's tag 20. And then we drop in tag 58. He'd be an Infinity, which is a mate to Forever and Always there at Laird's. Lead the way, play it cool. That Alex is on there. He said Grandma would be a litter mate to the dam of the Grand Bear at 24 and Angelo. Grandma is the dam of Stop and Stare that was housed at PBG. And Mom is a first litter lead the way daughter with absolutely enormous legs and impeccable build. And when that Infinity boar come out, we went back a couple times into January. The shape to that pig's blade was bigger than anything I'd seen there. This pig's loose and bendy. He's tall at the point of shoulder. Looks like one that is just going to be an awesome pig. Feed well, have all the extras. Neat pair from Canoe.
You talk about Kanoth and just like Cameron said, what they've done and the things that they've been able to accomplish in the South and across the country over the last few years. It's been very beneficial for our family, especially. But the neat thing, I enjoy visiting with Kyle as much as anybody because I think we think about things a lot of the same. And you can see in his tag 20, again, genetically, he ties back into the things that he's built and the sows that he knows. And when he brings them out, he's got a very good idea in his mind of how they're going to feed, because he's seen what their brothers look like, he's seen what the sows have done and their brothers, and what the pedigrees and just how things develop and grow. And so he brings out with that the ability to kind of know and predict what the pigs are going to feed like. So I encourage you to visit with him. But he's got a pair of them here that, again, one of them's that Camlin's got, a little boxy and moderate that I think's got a lot of stretch, and then the other one's a little more immature and so loose and comfortable in the way he goes. But it's fun to watch Kyle come out because you know his stuff, you know he believes in them, and you know he knows exactly how they're going to feed and what they're going to do. So very neat pair there from Canal Showpigs. Got Alec Atkins Livestock here coming in next with this trio, and he's got a trio that he brought here in lot 22. Which one is the solid black one? Is going to be his lead off in 32-4, and that's a Clarity heavy hitter in game there. It says his aunt just raised the 4th overall light cross gilt there at the exposition. So again, no small feet there in that solid black one. And again, you kind of study that one and just talk about, again, we're in Aug-01, but that's a dense, moderate, stout one that I think's got a lot of life, depending on where you're wanting to go and what you're wanting to do. That pig looks like he's got a lot of stretch. You could show him as a Division I there early, or keep going. And I think he's one of the few maybe we've seen that could stretch even as far as you'd like for him to there in the spring. The next one that Alec's going to run is tag 60. Which one is that? Camlin has, and that's a Nightmares, which is the $180,000 boar that we raised there and sold at the Southwest Elite last year, that the PBG crew bought. And then on a Say It Never Before sow, again, that's the belted one here. His mom says, it says mom's previous litter of Wokes resulted in the Farmer Gilt that had over 8 top 5 finishes in Ohio and Virginia there in the winter. So again, another sow that's kind of proven. And obviously the Nightmares thing has been so fun for us. We're getting into our early ones, and you know, Lackey sold one there the other day for $40,000, and the early ones are starting to surface and come. And I could tell you, as the guy that raised him, that's a pig that we've got an immense amount of faith in. And I remember watching the exposition kind of Pig Planet deal of what boars are you the most excited about or what, and they went around the room, and Alec was in that deal, and he said Nightmares was one of the ones he was looking at. So again, obviously, you know, a guy that's that fired up would put that boar in some of his best sows. And then we'll round out with the blue one here in tag 61. Seeing Things, Rude Awakening, Family Ties, and again, that's a pig that I think's perfect size appropriate there as you get into February and March and those kind of deals. And the blue division has really come off and hit, and it seems like there's not many shows you can go to that don't have that anymore. We've made the comments of some other blue ones, how stout and dense that one is. We'll let Cameron kind of describe it a little further.
Yeah, neat trio here from Alec, and I'll tell you guys, these Midwest guys that come down here, it's no slouch for them to, you know, it's not easy for them to come back to back weekends like they do. They got state fairs going on. So these guys that bring these hogs, they believe in them. You know, they look awesome. They bring their good stuff. This tag 22, his legs are enormous. His back is short. He's bendy. I think Alec is absolutely fired up. These Clarity pigs have looked amazing, and they're tremendously stout. These Clarities. And then the Nightmares thing, I got to talking to Alec. He said he had 14 or 18 doses booked. This one Cam's on. Study that pig, how he ties into his neck, and just seeing Nightmares. I mean, that pig looks like one that's just going to feed, and looks like one that's going to be a contender there in the end. He wasn't really sure which one to run first. Both of those pair of pigs are just hit me like a ton of bricks. And then the little blue one, you drop him in there. One that's short about his length of body. His head shape's right. For that blue division, that pig screams awesome. His proportions may be better than anything that we've seen so far, in my opinion. Really good trio from Alec. Thanks for coming down. Got a few new consigners this year, and our good buddy Austin Denhart. If you hadn't been studying the boar thing here lately, Raised Relentless has these Clarity deal at Beeman, several others. I don't know, there may be too many to mention. His pigs are tremendously stout. They're bulky. We're going to drop in a pair of them as lot 33 and 72. I believe Cam's on lot 33 there. Alex is on 72. Lot 33, his mom's a full sib to Whiskey 918's mom at Gary Todd's. I've seen some of those pigs at Kurt Morgan's in various places so far in the Midwest. That Whiskey 918 deal just probably died way too soon, just seeing these early pigs. So this pig's mom's a full sib to him. Mom of this lot 33 just raised the reserve grand at Cow Palace there. And then this lot 72, we saw a little gilt at the opener Denhart's brought. This gilt would have brought $22,000 last weekend. Mom is a mate to the Relentless Boar and Primal and a full sib to 10 till. Again, that's tags 33 and 72 from Denhart. Tag 33 would be a Blacklist, tricked out timber, and tag 72 is a, let me see here, I think. Yep. He's an Always Ruthless, tricked out. Nice pair from Denhart. Thanks, Austin, for coming down. let Brockman tell you some more about them.
No, you made the comment on the last group there of just coming back weekend after weekend. And you talk about the Denhart crew and just the things that you can jump on the internet and see of what they've won and boars they've made and just the uniqueness of what's coming. And you see in both of these pigs, these are moderate, round-bodied, easy feeding kind of bears. I think that got again are that kind that you can kind of take and feed on as long as you'd like to, but then still have enough grow and spurt that you don't have to worry about them getting there. Again, I read both of these just as easy feeding, take them home, and not going to have to do all the bells and whistles in the feed bucket. You see what they are, just wide, round-bodied, soft, comfortable kind of livestock, and you can tell, again, these guys come a long way to come down here. They're going to bring pigs that they like and pigs that they have faith in, and I think you see that here in Denhart's pair.
Next up, we got Underdog Genetics, and then this lot 23, and then the second, that'd be the Yorkshire male pig. It'd be a Seeing Things, Keep It Cool, and that lot 23, and then the Chester male pig, he'd be lot 62. He'd be an extra Making Waves. This Yorkshire pig right here hit me like a ton of bricks when I saw him over there in the barn last night. He's short about his length of body. He's fuzzy. He's bendy and loose. The Seeing Things deals, I think, when they get this kind of feature, I think they're just awesome pigs. This tag 23 from Underdog looks like one that is going to be there in the end as well. And this Chester deal, we mentioned all the Chester pigs in this sale. He'd be an extra Making Waves. I think a chance to dig in. You study that pig. His body shape's round, his head's stout, his arm's big. Just a neat duo of pigs from Underdog. I'll let you, Brockman, tell more about them.
Yeah, we've made the comment on the Chesters of just the physical quality and the genetic quality behind all of them, and again, I'll just make the same comments that I did earlier. I would, if you're looking for one of those, I'd go kick them out and kick through and through that whole consignor barn there and see which one you like or fits your deal the best and roll with it. I'll make more comments on this wide up-eared one that's out here. Again, that's a dense featured one, especially for that particular breed and kind. He's short-bodied. He looks like he'd be easy to manage and maintain. He's not one of those that'll get up and grow and get tall and flat kind of on you. I think he's, again, one you can ease and smooth along. Got good front feet and a good head shape, big hind leg. That's a neat pig in my mind, especially, again, you talk about wide up-eared ones, maybe one of the tougher breeds to get on top of and roll with right now. I think that one does it really well.
Next set we drop in is from D2 Livestock. If you guys are familiar with Josh Diaz and the set he brought and sold here last year, sold a board of Hofschulte for $23,000 here last year. A couple pigs that we got to feed, and it looks like every time Diaz brings a pig, to be honest, you probably should look in because they're in the top 2 or 3 at a major. They're winning classes, the stuff he sells here. You look on the Facebook, everything he sells here gets along well. And then in this pair, his tag's 24 is the blue pig. He'd be a high pour pace car. And then the other one that Cam's on is tag 63. I believe he'd also be a high pour pace car. They're litter mates from D2. That high pour deal there that he raised that Wysoons have and Blunt. Zach Blunt was sending me some pictures of those pigs. This high pour deal is going to be real good. Grandma raised the reserve cross at San Antone, that blue pig, and out of that pig that we got to feed, Shelby Brown got to feed from him. That just did a ton of winning from Josh, a pig that won a lot of jackpot shows. Some intensely good bred stuff here from D2 tie-in. This high pour deal is going to be good. Thanks, Josh, for coming. Next in the ring would be Canese. It'd be tags 25 tag 25 is the Poland male pig that Cam's on there, and then tag 64 is the Berkshire. The Poland there is lead off. His pedigree would read light years ADR. We got to picture this pig in the ring yesterday. Won, I think, for that breed. His color is optimal, but his neck ties so high out of his blade. He's got good width of chest. His shape up high. Hind leg reads right for this breed. I like this pig. I think he'll be there when it matters. It's tag 25 from Canese. And then you drop in the Burke. I had to text him yesterday. I didn't know which one he was running first. This pig's an Onward. They're at Evan Green's, a boar that absolutely saw some of the best sows there in the country. On a tear. I think that whole line of Berkshire deal there at Evan Green's, they're winning a lot. I think Onward or Upward, one of the two had the champion at San Antone. I guess Upward, I don't know. Onward, I don't know. We have one Burke sow. I know that's good stuff. I don't know. Brockman doesn't have Burks either. Well, you have one. We have one Burke apiece. So, anyways, awesome pair from Canese. I'll let Brockman tell you about them.
No, one thing about Canese, and you talk about these breed pigs, and I've made this comment before, but I'll make it again now. Over the years, from Ag Teaching days and to now, I've fed just a few of these from Russell, but per capita, I think we've probably got as many banners with pigs from Canese Showpigs as anybody, and usually, as you would expect, they fall into some of these breeds, whether they're Chesters or Polands or Burks, and Russell again's another one that when he comes out, he's going to bring pigs that he's got faith in and that he likes, and it's fun just to sit and talk with him about them, because he can tell you the sow history and how the other ones have fed in the past and what winners they're related to, and it's always fun just to sit with him. I think you can study this pair and decide what you will. That Poland is one that I know as you sit back, and he offered one here last year. We tried awfully hard to get gathered and come up a little bit short. Again, that pig does a lot of the same things just in terms of his balance and his blend and his maturity pattern and his kind. Berkshire's, again, another one that's typical Canese. He's moderate, stout, and boxy. Going to be an easy feeding one. Take slow and go. And again, we're sitting here on August 1 today, looking into a long window into the spring. I think that pig can certainly stretch away. So neat pair there, breed pigs, as Russell's brought us from the hill country. Next one's in is Albus Showpigs and Mason Albus, and again, one of my favorite families that we get to work with on the showing side of things, and now on the breeding side of things, and the sows that they've put together. I can kind of make the same comments I did about Cud, that they've invested a lot of time, money, and effort into growing a sow herd, and I think Lackey said it first, but it's the fastest growing sow herd in America is right up the road here in Morton, Texas, and if you haven't been by there or visited with Mason, or Cody, but I would recommend Mason. Then you can hear the excitement and what they do, and really amongst any of them, I'd probably talk to Whitney the most. But they love it. They do it as a family. They live, breathe, and eat it, and set out. And so again, I got to see these pigs there last week when we made a trip out, and this tag 27 that Camlin has was slated to come here. Mason and them sold that boar Young Money here at Cameron's sale last year that I thought was a very, very neat baby pig, and was excited to see him go to our friends there in Arlington, and he brought another one here this time that is very, very neat, and this tag 27. I think that pig's got enormous feet and legs. His bones are very big. His back's hard, and I got to see him a week ago and then see him again today, and he's even better today just in terms of maturity pattern and where he goes. You'll notice he's got there nut there, and it's retained there in his flank, and then another one I think maybe in his belly, but that's a very, very neat pig, and whatever tag number he is. tag 27. I didn't say his pedigree, so again, he's a stud monkey. The stud monkey thing's been phenomenal for us and for our crew. And then his mother is out of a gilt that Cody gathered up there at the Alliance last year from Brenning. He kicked that gilt out, asked me what I thought. I said she's got big legs, and it looks like she's generated onto this one. And so Brenning sow there that they acquired, and this is her first litter on that side. Tag 66, another one that comes from Albises, and I'm drawing blanks on what their pedigrees are. But, okay, that's 5 there. It's out of Stand Firm and on a buckle up sow. And again, the Stand Firm thing's one of the stud monkey sons out of that we raised this last time, and they have been very, very exciting at our place and for everybody that's had them. I think you can see again in that pig that same kind of just the stud monkey deal has been really fun, just their maturity pattern. And I can tell you that if you like him now, you'll like him more when he's bigger, because those pigs just flat feed. Again, Hampshire classifying one there. So again, that's Albus Showpigs, tag 27 and tag 66.
Next pair we'll drop in is from HP Genetics. The guys just right up the road, Rowdy Huffaker, Logan Parker, some good buddies of mine. And I just asked Logan, I said, where's Rowdy? He said he's in Vegas. Wish we were there. Good pair from him. We'll start off with this lot 26. This spot, he's a spot the ball limitless. Dam is a mate to Reese's, who's driving the pig. Champion Black PB at State Fair last fall, I guess, right? Yeah, last fall. Pig I liked a great deal. These guys have had this thing rolling for a long time. I think there for a minute. I think they're fired back up now. The sow numbers are back up. They've always made good down-eared spotted pigs that have sold well and fed even better. Just a tremendous leadoff pig. The spot the ball deal is going to be fun. And then their second rounder there would be lot 65. Be a stranglehold Buffalo Trace, quite frankly. Dam came from Todd, Todd Byers, right up the road here. Grandma's a dam of Hangman, the boar that sold there at Upper Hand. Pig that's stout-headed, bendy. The stranglehold deal's seen a lot of the best sows there are. The pigs have won. Neat pair here from HP.
Again, you talk about a firm that's been just familiar with the winner's circle for a long time, showing them and raising them both. And you see this pair again, another breed pig here in this spot that I think is really neat. And it's just in terms of just his moderation, length of body. That pig's got a big arm, and again, maturity pattern-wise, I think that it can go easy to slow, take him right into February. I think that's a neat pig. Belted one's another one that again comes out size-wise. We're sitting here August 1. I think it's got a lot of variation as far as endpoint. His body shape kind of allow you to set on him if you need to. And then you can, again, looseness and just muscle pattern and the way it lays on. I think that pig could show there in late January also if you need him to. So a nice pair there, again, as we continue to work through.
Next up would be Wysoon Brothers Showpigs, and if you guys are maybe from out of state or not familiar with what these guys are doing, I guarantee if you live in this state, you're very familiar with what they do. Almost every year they crank out 2 or 3 breed champions a year, sometimes more. These guys absolutely are making some of the best ones, white ones, any breed, any color. I think they're just making good hogs, and they're good hog men, and they work hard, and their pigs feed, most importantly. We're going to start off with the blue one, would be tag 28. He'd be a one-way Uncle Bob. Zach just told me grandmother's 90-4. Maybe Stone's Bear a litter mate to 90-4, the 90 litters? Yeah. We fed a class winner at San Antonio there a few years back, a solid white pig. they've started injecting some of these belts on some of these white sows, and just looks like it's going to be an awesome deal making these blues. And this tag 28 comes out and he hits you like a ton of bricks. And then this tag 67, he'd be a stand firm wham there that Camlin's on. 2 blue pigs, I think, San Angelo, Santone feeding window. I'll let Brockman maybe throw in a few words about this pair. Thanks, Marty and Zach.
Now, you talk about just echo those words of Wysoons, and they're just guys that have just kept their head down, done what they thought was right, read pigs, get out, make the miles, and are some of my favorite guys to talk to because they're genuinely passionate about the kind that they like and the kind that they want to build, and you can see the results of that as the banners continue to stack up. I know we've got to feed a few from there and got some on feed right now that I really like. And you talk about Joe's White Bear there that won there at Fort Worth last time was a very unique kind of a pig, and again, anybody that knows them knows that the kind of the white base has been where their sweet spot's at and what they're really passionate about, and you get these blues out of that, and you know, you could talk about both of these. That darker blue colored one, again, big legs, big toes and feet, looks like a pig that's best days are still on the come and on the go on both of these. Really, they're pigs that are going to continue to feed and get better. What I like about looking at pigs from these guys is you're getting the honest, genuine read. This is what they are, what they look like, and you're getting the trueness of what you're seeing. The lighter blue in there is a stand firm. Again, I can make comments and much of how well those pigs have been received and looking, and what I think they could feed like. Again, blue pigs continue to get better and better, and the more we make these blue divisions, the more it's going to be fun, and I think these two fit that kind, and most importantly, fit the maturity kind that they're going to be better big pigs even than they are little pigs. So good pair of blue ones there that Wysoon's brought to today.
We're going to drop in a pair of pigs from Delm and RD, you guys. I mean, he ain't gone nowhere. Oh, wait, these are blunts. Sorry. Y'all flopping one. Okay, my bad. These would be Blunt's consignments. Zach Blunt, one of my good buddies, him and his dad, Glenn. If you're not following their program, man, they're winning. Just raised the boar that sired the $400,000 monkey business pig for True's Crew at the opener. This tag 29 comes out, and he commands your attention. It's a pig that's kind of gathered, honestly garnered some attention here. To me, looks like the seeds probably definitely need to stay in him. He'd be a high pour, real talk wham, quite frankly. Man, that thing hits me hard. If you guys can't dig into that one, then we can't be friends. That tag 29 is one of my favorite pigs in the sale in the entire offering. And then Blunt's second rounder, he'd be a Chances Are, I believe. Oh, that's Rory's pig. Sorry. Oh, that's y'all's too? Okay. Sorry. That'd be tag 30.
I told him to print these sheets. Did I say that?
Litter makes out of the belted cell. Litter makes out of the belted cell.
Says monkey business 4-1.
It's not tag 30.
I think they're tagged wrong.
I think they tagged him wrong,
I
too.
apologize
Did
to
they
you.
tag him wrong? Okay. Okay, this pig should be tag 68 here. They flopped the tags on them. It's all good. We'll make sure you guys, this is a Chances Are, real talk wham, quite frankly. So Littermate Sal's here on this pair of pigs from Blunt. Absolutely incredible leadoff pig. I'll let Brockman tell you about him.
This is a firm that's near and dear to our heart and our family, and it's been fun to work with on the bear side and the boar side and everything in between. And so you know, it's always fun to see what they drag out and bring. And like Cameron said, this belted one, he's different. He's unique, and you know, he may be your speed, he may not be, but if you don't appreciate his extremities and where he's good and unique, then look again. And because that pig's stout, he's got a lot of neat pieces pieces in a moderate package. His feet are strong, his head's stout. Cameron made the mention of keeping his seeds. I think he certainly merits that value just in terms of his type and kind, and maybe even fits that better than a Barra standpoint in my mind when you just go to study him. And then we talk about the white one too, but I'll just speak to the bottom side of the pedigree that goes back to a lot of the things, and Zach sent us the list there. What this pedigree goes back to: the Supreme Gilt there at the Texas Elite in 24, the Champion Light Cross at the American Royal in 24, Camlin's Bear that won the Blues at San Antonio this last time. We've got a boar there at the house, Let It Shine, and In the Fire, and then Hallelujah also all go back to that same French Kiss sow, Hallelujah now Premium Blend. And so I say all that just to tell you that I've fed as many pigs from here as probably anybody in recent time. They feed, they do well, they get better, and now you can see that even on the boar side and in the way it's generating across the industry. So neat pair there from Blunts that they bring. Tie in and tune in and know that you can trust those pigs feed, and they do they do what they're supposed to do.
Again, tag 29 is the belted pig. If you're in the back, just flop the two white ones. We're fixing to look at another one from Rory. Just swap those tags. That white one of Blunts is tag 68 for those of you that are looking. We'll drop in RD here, Rory Delm. Monkey Business 4-1. Okay, gotcha. Okay, the York pig is tag 69. He'd be a Chances Are, Say So, Savage on Heroes, Littermate's sister. And then tag 30 is the belted pig. He has tag 68 in his ear. That's Rory's leadoff is the belted pig here. He'd be a Monkey Business 4-1, Living Legend, Mom of the Reserve Grand, that Urban Legend pig in Fort Worth in 2024. First litter out of Monkey Business 4-1. That's he's out of the mom of Cam's Grand Barrett Fort Worth in 24. This pig's mom is out of the Dam of the Reserve and is a 3/4 sister, royally bred, and we love this boar pig.
RD brings this pair, and you know the daddy of the belted one sold at this under this tent, maybe not this particular tent, but in this spot under a tent for $50,000 last year, and obviously they tie in there, and a lot of the same as you can hear Cameron read the pedigrees that goes back to Cam's Bear there that won at Fort Worth, and then the reserve at Fort Worth that same year there on the bottom side. Again, that's another pig that looks like he's easy feeding, easy kind, and both of these, the kind that you kind of even expect from the old days of RD, of pigs that are moderate. They're fairly stout and wide just in terms of their construction and their build. I think you read that belted one again just as a round-bodied, very loose-hocked kind of a pig with a big chest, easy to feed, and then royally bred there on the bottom side, or on both sides of his pedigree. Again, white ones are hard to come by and hard to find. That's another one that's one of the smaller ones we've seen come through the ring. Study him for what he is size-wise, but I think he holds his own when you get him out here just in terms of feature and arm and body shape.
Next up, we'll drop in JDF's consignments. His leadoff pig there would be to lot 31, 16-3. His pedigree would read Double Dippin', White Lie. Again, I talked about the Chester thing, and I guess I maybe left Jared out of this deal, but that's a white. He's a Double Dippin' White Lie, so Throwing Hands, Mate, Sister. I guess they're just everywhere. We got good Chesters running out of our ears here. This lag 31, I mean, his neck is cute, his back's big. This is the first time I'm seeing this pig out. Man, that pig looks good. Tag 31, again, is in the white tank top there. And then Alex in the black shirt has got lot 70. It's a double dipping. They're litter mates. White Lie, Throwing Hands sister. Looks like they bought this sow from Foot Farms and TPPA's Texas Best Genetic Offering. Awesome pair from JDF. This stuff's all hot right now, so you better dig in, find the ones you like.
Same comment as earlier on the Chester thing of this particular sale. Just dig in and find the ones you like. I'll make the comments on that lead off of this set. We kicked him out this morning. Chester bears don't usually come along with that type of maturity pattern, that skinny and long of a neck, and then still everything else behind that look like that one does. I think he's kind of one of the special ones if you're looking for a Chester bear to show there at Fort Worth, San Antonio, or San Angelo. Right in there, obviously, I guess pedigree-wise, Denver to be off the table. But again, on the pedigree side, the Champion Reserve at Houston and so many others here recently of the Chester deal and this kind of crossbred Chester thing that came from Foots and 4-5 and JDF tied into it here. It's neat to see that you can take a bred purchase and make them work like that, but that Tech 31 should be at least in consideration, if not very, very, very high on your list if you're looking for a Chester bear to show there in the early part of 2027.
Slim, thanks for coming, buddy. Hey, Slim's first time out, and I think a pig I've heard a lot about, through different media outlets and different people texting me saying Slim's bringing a pig he's proud of. This lot 32. He's an unforgettable wild side roll call. That roll call sow would be a whitetail. This sow was acquired from a purchase when Evan got out. Slim tied in, and boy, looking at this lot 32, there's probably not a broader, bendier, stouter, bulkier built one in the entire offering than this lot 32. Unforgettable. I remember he sold at PT last fall for $140,000 there to Evan in 66. Just last week, this same sow produced the Reserve Grand at Weld County. You guys know anything about Weld County? That ain't no slouch there. And the grand champion at Woodbury County in Iowa. Man, that leadoff looks pretty neat there, Slim. Thanks for bringing him. Then we get to the blue pig. He'd be a culture shock, tricked out. This lot 71. We got a lot of good blues in here. Really good duo from Slim. We're excited about his leadoff pig and blue pig here. Lots 32 and 71.
I said earlier, I don't know how many 6 and now 7-figure boars we could talk about on the pedigree of either one of these pigs, but there's a lot laid in there that Cameron just discussed. And I got to see Slim take this one to the wash rack early this morning. I didn't see him at all yesterday in the pen or anything, and he's one that at the very least when he comes out, if you don't take a second look just for the simple size of his feet and his legs, then you don't like them burly and dense, because those are 4 very, very large appendages that anybody can see. Everybody can see that pig's got great big legs. I think Cameron hit on the neat part of it is his shoulder angle lays right, his comfort to his knees good, and his hock's loose, and he's got a good step off either end of his body. So he's not one of those that's cute and tight and straight and wound built from that standpoint. Pig stout, moderate, dense. That's a neat pig. You consider boar options there. Consider the sow family behind him. Again, like Cameron said, I'm not going to tell you anything you can't see for yourself in a pig. And from a firm and even from another firm there in 66 or Colson that's responsible for a lot of boars and a lot of winning and doing a lot of things right. The blue one not to take away from it, because he comes out and that's what you would expect from the CNC crew to drag out again. Arm shape, blade shape, skull shape, body shape, and then sound and functional. That pig does it really, really well. That pig, all the guesswork's out in my opinion. You can see what you got from a size standpoint. He's blue and you can figure out where you want to show him. I think that pig feeds into February no problem, just the way he's built. That's a really stout, dense, neat kind of a pair of pigs there from Oklahoma that CNC crew brought, Slim brought down. They should be very proud of him.
Again, belted, 32. Quick note on the blue pig, 71. He says he is a crypt orchid and will guarantee him through surgery. Thanks, Slim. What a guy. Another first-year consigners here for us. Jarrett Mays, Cade Penley boys. I always have a good time with them. We wanted to include them. Jarrett asked me if they could bring something a while back. Man, they're some of the best guys there are up there in Oklahoma, and really just in general. We like hanging out with them. We're excited about their pigs here. In lot 34 is the leadoff. He'd be a Rampage past the hat. Sow was purchased from Goss in the Coronation. He's a mate to their $18,000 leadoff from the get-together. I think they sold another one last night. Brings a good amount of money. So just an awesome litter. There was a Rampage pig in Oklahoma there last year that just absolutely creamed every jackpot. I don't know, what did he end up? Bronze at OIE. Yep. This Rampage deal's been really, really good. Striking look up ahead of their blade, and just bendy. We like that lot 34 from Mays KP. Lot 73, he'd be a naughty in-game. The sow was acquired from Wilbur, and just had the reserve grant at Texas National a few years back for the Bridges family. Thanks, boys. Awesome pair, Mays KP.
Another pair there from the north state of Oklahoma, and again you see and you hear a lot of the same genetic lines that are so familiar with the success behind the pedigrees of these two belted ones that the Mays crew brought. And again, you talk about just loose skeletons and very flexible, and Cameron uses the word bendy. I think that's a stupid term, but he likes it. But I think just their skeletons are very, very good, and you can see that. I like these pigs' maturity pattern really, really well. Again, they look good now, and you can tell what you need to see, but they look like pigs that'll feed, and their best days are ahead of them. Their maturity pattern up ahead of their shoulders good. Their composition's right. I think that's a good pair of feeding belted ones there that the Mays crew brought.
Thanks, Brockman. I'm glad I don't like my pigs knuckled up and crippled. Next in, another new consigner, Hagen. He was adamant there about being in our sale. Man, these guys are getting good. They're getting good fast. We're glad they're here. I was expecting to see Chester male pigs, but to be honest, I saw a couple they sold this spring. That crossbred deal's fixing to start rolling. Look at the pair of pigs in the ring. Lot 35, 1 day different league. These will be litter mates in lot 74. The mother's a second litter sow that has quickly proven herself to be one of their very best young sows. She had the hang tight pig. Oh, these pigs are out of those pigs this spring. I didn't realize that. Had the hang tight pig there at Lackey's sale. The Ivans crew, I've seen a pig out in New Mexico that's been doing a lot of winning that they raised. I don't know how many times he's won. Seems like here in a couple months, New Mexico State Fair, that ought to be one that's in the mix. Awesome pair, 4-5 livestock. Thanks, guys, for coming.
It's gotten to where it seems like Hagen and I talk more often and more often as we go, and just bouncing off questions and things like that. And I really enjoy that. And like Cameron said, it's fun to watch these guys and what they've started to put together. I was the same when I saw they were on the consignor list. I figured down-eared white ones is what you'd see, and then you see this pair belted, or a belted one and a black pair of littermates here come out, and you can see why they brought the ones that they did. You can kind of pick sale order the way you want to between this pair. I think they're very similar just in terms of their kind, their build. Again, they're pigs that have big feet and square feet. Ankle size is big, and just angulation and comfort's very, very good. I'll say it again, and I've said it a lot. Their maturity pattern I really, really like, and especially when you talk about that solid black one to me, just in terms of his height, the shoulder, where his neck ties into his body, to be that neat and tidy up front, and then that bulky and big, just in terms of his feature down low, I think is very, very good. We've laughed at home talking about pigs and listening to online sales about neck to bone ratio. That one has a very good one in my opinion. So neat pig there that the 4-5 crew brought, and obviously leading off with the belted one there. Again, that's just solid livestock in my opinion. It's the perfect size to sell on August the 1st. Take him and show him where you want to in the spring.
Drop in another guy that lives down the road from us, good buddy of mine, Jason Foote. I'm sure none of you know who he is, but nice guy. Jason Foote brings us a pair of pigs, and we talked about the Chester deal. We got Russell and Foote here. Those are kind of the guys that kind of got the deal going on the throwing hands thing. I think the sow come from Russell. and then red or the white lie. So they put their heads together. We can thank them for all these good Chester pigs that we got running around here that are crossbred Chesters. So this lot 36 is the leadoff. He'd be a Berkshire. Purebred Berkshire. That'd be a Landman. Cocky is a killer boar pig out of an awesome litter. He said this is one of his favorites, and he has tremendous faith in him. This pig was walking on the grass yesterday. His height, the shoulder, and elevation. I mean, some guys don't like them bigger eared. I like a little bigger ear set in pigs that have that kind of neck and just comfort level. A really neat one there to lead off. And then we get into the Chester thing. Lot 75 is a slip and slide blue collar. He's out of a first litter gilt there at Foots. Stout with killer look. Fun to look at pig here. Good notes, Foot.
Talk about Foots again, somebody that's got the staying power, and especially in all breeds and across all breeds, but in the breed pigs, and you get to see that represented in this pair. And again, I think this is a pair that comes out, not just perfectly show broke and pimped on, and I like that because you can see the genuineness in them. What you see is what you get, and again, pigs that are still at the appropriate stage and condition, you can evaluate them. And again, I can say it on about Foots. They've raised winners, they've bought and fed winners. They've consistently been in that circle, and you talk about the breed pigs especially. Little Chester's getting a little fired up about where he's at and what he's doing, but study that pig's just looseness and the shape and squareness to his hind leg. Like Cameron said on the Burke, that one just height the shoulder. I'll say it again, maturity pattern of one that's good when he's little, but looks like his best days are on the feed bucket and down the road. Neat pair there, I think, that Foot brought.
Well, these are Josh and Carrie, Cam, and Cruz pigs, and Brockman Farms consignments. The leadoff pig is going to be lot. Oh, sorry, you're right up way up here. Be lot 18. Be a Nightmares, quite frankly. Mom of the Reserve Hamp, San Antonio, 26. I think this is the belted pig, right? The one that Cam's on. That pig last year at San Antonio, or this year, last year. Hit me awfully hard there that Milstein and them showed out of the same sow there and Nightmares on that one. And then the black pig for Brockman would be Hallelujah Wild Side. So Hallelujah, Nightmares mom, that's tag 56. I'll let him tell you about his pigs.
So thanks, Cameron, having us out. We didn't get to come last year and put that on the Facebook post. And Nightmares was actually supposed to come here with me last year and got a little under the weather, so we pushed him back to the Southwest to lead. But the Belda one that Cameron's got is a 36 or a pig that is out of one of the first litters of Nightmares, 37 litter. That mom, like you said, had Milstein's bear that was reserve hamp at San Antonio, and had another bear that or another gilt there in that litter that Scott Smith and that Juan Carlos showed very successfully. They liked her good enough, and we leased her to them. They opted out of showing her there in the springtime for sakes of what the buyback might be, and I appreciated that in a sense, but sure would like to see that gilt show in a sense. But I say all that just to say I love that pig's mom and her litter mates. They're actually mates of the champion Hamp there at Dallas in 24 as well. So sows that we've got a lot of faith in. We've got one showing here pretty quick out of that one's aunt there in the Midwest I like. Solid black one, 38.5. Again, that's a Hallelujah out of Nightmare's mother. He hadn't, as you can see, wanted to eat or drink much since we've been here, just kind of been hanging out. But I've liked that pig a bunch for the whole time. And again, black may be or may not be what you like, but I told Cameron a couple of weeks ago that I was going to bring that pig and how much I liked him. And again, obviously, have as much faith in both sides of the pedigree on the Hallelujah thing and Nightmare's mom as any. So again, that's our pair. Tag 18 is the belted one. Tag 56 is the black one. Happy to be a part. If you got any questions for us, just let us know.
These would be Luke and Fallon's, Littner Showpigs. The belted male pig will be their leadoff. I made a clerical error when we were tagging these things at 4 o'clock in the morning the other day whenever we were doing it. So that belted pig will actually be the 17th pig to sale tonight. He's going to be tag 100. So just after we sell our last first rounder, we'll jump into the consigners. That'll be the first consignment pig to sale. And boy, I'm glad he is. Mercy rules, buckle up. Luke and Fallon, I got to look in there way early back on the 4th of July. We were there for Shep's birthday. We ran in there, and they were little bitty. But I remember seeing these pigs. They had neat necks. They had a lot of fuzz. Their lengths of spine and length of back was right. This belted pig hit me hard. Awfully good way to lead off. And then the white thing, absolutely, I don't know if there's a better program right now to buy white pigs out of. The white boar thing, great white flag has been really hot. They've been on a tear in the white and blue ring. This one will be lot 55. He'd be a great white, wild ride, great white. Man, he hit me hard at Laird's. This pig looks like the right kind of feed out of that boar. Awesome pair. Thanks, Luke and Fallon.
Talk about Linder Showpigs, and there's few people that try as hard as they do, and they are at the moment, and you can see it in the results on the TPPA stuff, or on the Barris shows, or the Gilt shows, or in the crossbreds, or in the Yorks, or in the spots, and the list goes on. And certainly they're being rewarded for what they're putting into it, and time, effort, and finances there. And you can see that in this pair of pigs that they bring out. One thing that's fun, when Luke and Fallon load up, I'll say this about a lot of people, but they're not going to just bring pigs to bring pigs, and you can see that in this pair. Talking with Luke, the belted one's fresh, not just too far out of the nursery, and you can drop a pig like that out and see how well he handles the surface and how things go and his maturity pattern. I'll comment what Cameron said on the white one. There's probably nowhere to go that you can find a more consistent set of white ones just in terms of density, hair, and loose hind leg, and that kind of build. And you talk about bears that way, boars that way. You can see it in this pig, and just type and kind that he fits exactly what you'd expect the white program out of comfort to look like. So again, very good pair of pigs from Linder, and perfect size to do whatever you want to with them as we get started into the selling season.
That concludes our mid-morning preview. I do have one announcement. The same thing if you're new here last year. By 4 o'clock, we would like to ask that everybody clear all the vehicles out and park outside the gate. If you don't mind doing that, we would greatly appreciate it. That's the only thing I really had to add right now. We'll preview these hogs again this evening.
Yeah, we're going to preview them again at 6. It'll be a little quicker preview for those coming back. Not a lot of random people. I do have one thing to say. We'll preview them at 6. We'll sell them shortly after. McKillop and Seidenberger, M&S, we got a preview right now right down the road. So take a right out of here, take another right, about a mile and a quarter, 179. Go north. You'll see it, big gray barn. I'm sure you got tent set up? No tent. Just come follow us. If you don't know how to get there, we're going to go look at their hogs right now. Their bid board is going to close at 2.